Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on Sunday, Money Making Sunday, here with the Pig Dogs Morning Show, man. Y'all know what today is, man. I said it yesterday, I'm gonna say it again. We are officially in the dog days of summer. Nothing but value on the board in baseball, and we're trying to find it here. That's what we're doing. To my right, of course, needs no introduction. Y'all know who he is. Mitch, what's happening?
Nothing much, man. Just trudging through this baseball schedule. Of course, as I say every day, if you're looking for minus 400 picks on the Dodgers, you will not find them here at Pick Dogs. We do not allow those big odds, ridiculous amateur hour bets. It's basically like if the Chiefs were playing the Jaguars and we're 16 and a half point favorites, basically like selling the Chiefs money line. We will not do that at Pick Dogs. We will not sacrifice it to improve our records or inflate numbers. Make everybody pick legitimately here, and I'm proud of it. And it's like that's why I say it every day. That's why we have 8 million people a month that visit our websites and watch our videos, more than everybody else combined. So just keep doing what we do. Sometimes we sacrifice a win going for the big payday, but at the same time, it seems like it pays off more often than not. And in the long run, we're doing it together, but I'm certainly not going to sit. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm going to come back after the Dodgers win." Well, basically, like I said, if you go to another website, and believe me, there's plenty of scumbag shit ass sites out there that will sell you that minus 400 pick, charge you good money for it. It's and say, "Oh, well, it's a winner," right? It's a horrible pick. It's the same thing as going out and buying, a team, an NFL team minus almost 20 points and buying the pick that they're going to win on the money line. We're not going to do it. Not going to sacrifice it. And so far, it's working for us. So proud of it. Anyways,
Money Making Sunday. Big Al McMorty, how you doing today, sir?
No complaints. Just enjoying the summer. Getting into the WNBA, getting into the CFL. Having a decent run now, 40-17, last 57. Yesterday, 2-0. Cashed baseball, also cashed the Canadian football. Then today, looking at 3 plays in the WNBA, 1 play in baseball, and a side and total in the CFL. So huge card on Sunday.
There you go. Big Al McMorty, opening up the palette here in the summer.
Oh, and also, I guess, tomorrow my NHL total of the year in Game 7 between the Oilers and Panthers. So looking forward to that.
Brett, what's happening, buddy? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Can't complain. It's been a good weekend. Nothing really too new on my end. Just trying to, like everyone said, man, trying to cash in on this MLB season here. Ready to have a good Sunday and hopefully bring that momentum into the new week here.
Let's do it. Kurt,
How we doing?
what's happening, my man? How you doing today?
Good. It's been a long weekend celebrating. I've been good though. Can't really complain. Got some WNBA, got some MLB, got some Euros today. So pretty big slate for a Sunday for me.
Was the parade turned? Was it turned or was it like,
It was a good time. I'm not gonna lie. It was a good time. Everyone was out there, probably like 1 million people. It was a good time.
Shout out to Celtics. I haven't talked to Kirk since. I don't think I've talked to you since y'all won. So
No.
shout out to y'all, man. You called it. Damn Celtics. See y'all boys next year.
See you then.
Jovan, what's happening, brody?
Yeah, what's going on? Good day yesterday, 4-1. Stewing over the one loss, which was the Atlanta Braves. Should have known, but 80% is nice for the day. Gave out good WNBA play. Last second on the show, gave out some winners yesterday because the bad teams were the bad teams and the good teams were the good teams. So shout out to the Phillies, shout out to the Minnesota Twins.
There you go. Let's do it again today, fellas. Let's do it again today, man. Let's make some money today on this beautiful Sunday. We got some early action, man. We got a game starting here in about an hour. Speaking of them Phillies, hey, they back up early start time. Them and them Diamondbacks. We also got the Yankees and the Braves. We got the Pirates and the Rays. Money man Mitch.
Yeah, I don't love two of these games. The first one, the Diamondbacks against the Phillies. I just go with the Diamondbacks on the value alone. They're the better hitting team here of these two. So I think anytime you get that, Saccone has shown that he has the ability to keep his team in the game. Sanchez, I think, is far from a sure thing. So, I mean, 2-1 on your money. Why not? If you must. I personally am not betting it, but if I was, I'd be on the Diamondbacks. Just based on value. The Yankees-Braves looks coin flippy to me. I don't love the way Cortez Jr. has pitched recently. And, the Braves, the further you move into the rotation, it's just the same problems that a lot of these other teams have that have top pitchers out. And it's just the further you move into the rotation, the more problems that are there. The Yankees, of course, getting Cole back, everybody gets to slide back in the rotation. While a pitching staff like the Braves still looking for answers at the bottom part of the rotation. Sale, Lopez, and Morton have been decent, but the rest of it, it's just basically a hunt and peck every single day. And, the Braves starting to at least hit the ball once again. We saw the same thing from the Braves, 2 years ago when they won the World Series. Very, very similar, except for the pitching issues. It was Acuna Jr. out for the season, the same type of thing. I don't know. I think Mad Max comes in here and gets it done, and completes the sweep of the Yankees, who are just absolutely teetering. The Braves hitting .331 versus left-handed pitching over their last 10 games. So I'll give a lean to the Braves in that one, even though, sweeping a team like the Yankees on the road just doesn't happen every single day. But .331 versus lefties, it's Nestor Cortez Jr. It's not Koufax. I would certainly take a shot at it. And the last one, I think it's a great day to see Paul Skeens probably take his first loss of the year. If he doesn't lose, I think the Pirates lose. I think the Rays had the one bad inning yesterday. They paid the price for it. I mean, the other 8 innings of the game, they thoroughly outplayed the Pirates, and just couldn't get that final run across in the 9th inning. They scored 1 in the 9th and had the other ducks on the pond, could not get them home. I think today, I don't think they have that problem. I think they get the Skeens, and some of his games have been higher scoring, especially when he comes out. We see that a lot with guys that throw that hard, not that hard, but throw hard. No one throws that hard, but guys that throw extremely hard, Jacob deGrom, guys like that. Once they come out of the game, the ball just seems to look like a meatball, no matter who else is throwing it. So I think that the Rays just have a way, man, of getting under team's skin. I think they get under the Pirates' skin in this one.
There we go. Big Guy McMorty.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot with what Mitch just said about Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh. Although, you get Chapman coming in there, he's going to throw harder than Skeens. So, his pitches won't necessarily look like meatballs. But still,
I don't think Chapman throws as hard as Skeens.
He can get up to 103, can he?
But Skeens is like 107.
I thought Skeens was like 101, and it doesn't matter.
They're both like 103-ish. They're both like 103-ish. I don't think Skeens that high yet. Not yet.
You mean prime Chapman? Prime Chapman can get up there with anybody.
Yeah,
this version of him,
right?
Nah, he doesn't have the gas like he used to.
But I still agree with basically with what Mitch is saying. I mean, it's a big price for Skeens, and you take a look at Tampa's bullpen. They've got much better road numbers this year with a 3.59 ERA and a 1.17 WHIP. Pittsburgh's bullpen, has generally struggled at home this season, 5.23 ERA and a 1.48 WHIP at PNC. So I like the Rays at that big price. As far as the big game, Yankees-Braves, it's hard to make a case for the Yankees against Max Fried. And Atlanta's also done well this season versus lefty starters, getting 5 runs a game and hitting .260 in those games. Conversely, the Yankees versus lefty starters hitting just .230 and scoring just 4.3 runs per game. So I like Atlanta in that game. And what was the third game you mentioned?
DBacks-Phillies.
Arizona Philly. Yeah, pass.
Probably the best move in the board.
Yeah. When it comes to that Phillies D-backs game, I like the full game over. I do think the Phillies win this one, but with those odds, I think it's better to take their team total over 5.5. It's going to be a warm day in Philly, 12-mile-per-hour winds blowing towards the outfield. So I think we see a ton of runs in this one. When it comes to this Pirates-Rays game, it's tough. It's tough to get a read on Savali. In his last 5 starts, we've seen a couple games where he only gave up 1 run, and then there's been a couple. Yeah, and there's been a couple games that he's given up 4. So it's tough to get a good read on him. I'm kind of leaning like Pirates first 5 money line as like a parlay piece, but nothing I really love too much in that game.
There you go. Kurt, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm staying away from 2 of these games as well, like most people. I'm also looking at the Rays versus Pirates. I'm looking at the under 7.5. I started trusting Savali a little bit more. This has been his best month in terms of ERA since March. I know it's not great, but he's had those good games. I do trust Skeens in the spot. I'm going with the under 7.5 here at plus 102. I think that's the play in this slate of games.
Jovan, what you got for me here?
Yeah, can't do any extended extendo clips on this Philly game as opposed to yesterday. So can't get you nowhere near plus money with laying the run line or 2.5 or 3.5 or whatever. But we'll go to the other side, have plus 180 plus 1 whatever with Arizona. Thing about Slade Ciccone is he'll have a bad start, but then he'll come back with like 2 or 3 quality starts, and I think he'll have a quality start in this one. Chris Sanchez, he's not that type of pitcher to be laying 220, 210, 2 whatever. So I'll take a shot with the Arizona Diamondbacks. It was just a one-off, I believe, as far as getting blown up like that. The stars aligned in that one. To take a big favorite. With multiple runs. So I'm on Arizona in this one. I can't trust Aaron Savali. No way, no how. He'll give up the long ball. Trust me on that one. There's gonna come a time where opposing lineups get to Paul Skeens, but I don't think it's today. That said, it's out of my price range personally. It's in the 160s. So you're gonna have to lay a little bit more juice. But that's the only way I would go in this one. Now, if it's a close game in the late innings and Skeens is out of the game because he's only going 5 or 6 innings, you might want to take a shot, with live betting the Rays because the Pirates bullpen is that bad. But if it's a multiple run game, I wouldn't touch it.
On this comment, sorry, Jovan. On this comment, if you take that bet, you're betting against yourself. Is basically what you're doing. Run line at even or negative odds, you're just betting against yourself. It's really horrible bet value-wise. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And on the Braves-Yankees game, a lot of runs been scored, last couple games. I think this one's going to be one of those low-scoring one-run games, no matter how you look at it. We're at 8.5. I know both lineups are deadly, but the Yankees aren't that strong, against lefties. And Nestor Cortez, you're gonna get a bad start out of him. You're also gonna get, some pretty good performances. Last bad start we saw was on national television against the Dodgers. So it's hard to read, what he's gonna do. I think it's gonna be, a solid performance out of him. So one way or another, it's going to be a one-run game, low-scoring game, and with it being 8.5, I'll lean the under.
Fair enough. For me, I was wrong yesterday on that Phillies Diamondbacks. I just was wrong. I think my premise was right, though. I still think the Diamondbacks own the Phillies, so I'm going right back to them today. That's just my story. I'm sticking to until proven otherwise. So give me plus 180 in a very winnable spot for the Diamondbacks. Like we've seen them slay the Giant before. This is a tied series. I don't think that the gap is as big as the margins and the odds say they are. Is all I'm saying. I think the Diamondbacks have a very legitimate.
Well, I think Jay, I think when you're getting these type of prices, you don't need to win every game. You only need if you win 2 out of 3, man. It's a giant win for the series. You know, if you rode Diamondbacks all 3 games, and it's like I think that's what baseball is, man. It's just a zillion games. You know, every team playing 162 times, and it's like you don't need to win every game. Unless you bet a pathetic strategy that where you're betting against yourself, betting minus 300s, betting run lines and odds, betting, just stupid bets, it doesn't even make any sense. It's like laying a run and a half and getting even money. Basically, you need 2 outcomes to get even money. Why wouldn't you just lay the ridiculous odds on the game? Just all you have to do is win. You're going to get the same payout. It doesn't even make any sense. Anyways, sorry. Go ahead.
You're good.
It just irks me.
I'm on the DBacks today. I'm gonna take a shot with him on the money line. Everybody knows I've been a Yanks hater all year. I'm gonna lay the run line with him today, though. I think, as much as it's gonna pain me to say this, I think on Sunday today, midday, they display to the baseball world we are probably the best team in baseball right now. I hate to say it, but it's just me being honest. I think they display that today and get to Max Fried. And I like Fried. He's not Mad Max because the real Mad Max is back on that mound today. We'll talk about him in a little bit. But look, I know the Braves have been playing well. We saw him get got yesterday. Nestor Cortez, we saw him pitch really well yesterday. The Yankees are an offensive team, man. And Yankees run line at the plus money odds has been one of the best plays all season long. They don't really win one-run baseball games. So for me, if I'm attacking the Yanks today, I'm trying to get the plus money and expecting them to do what they've done all season and beat up on teams when they win. So that's how I would attack it. I think Cortez will be fine. The bullpen will be all right. And I think the Braves probably get blown up today. Give me Pirates first 5 with Skeens. Savale's terrible. There's no way around it. Just look at his last few starts. The Braves always lose his starts. He's ass. It just is what it is. He's not throwing a gem today. Today's not the bounce back day for Savale. Skeens is that guy. I'm on the hype train. Let's continue to ride it. Let's specifically target Skeens, though. That's why we're taking first 5. Specifically target Skeens. We're taking first 5. Not really going to worry too much about the bullpen for the Pirates.
The Rays are amazing scouting the opposition, and
you might be right.
These guys have made an organization out of it, and it's like it just has that eerie feeling around it. I've been on the Skeens train, the hype train, the whole thing all season, but this is a horrible spot. Especially,
I've been on the Rays train recently, but I can't touch Savale. I can't.
But the thing is when you look at Savale's career numbers compared to where he's pitching right now, he's due for to move forward.
And Kirk gave some good numbers on him. This has been his best month, but it still hasn't. There's not enough for me to trust him, especially.
But you got the Rays bats, the Pirates bats hitting 220 versus righties over their last 10. That certainly helps. Savale. Bad bats, are going to help him. And the Pirates have just left so many guys on base, man. So many. It's like you said, there's a million angles for Skeens. I hate the hype train because rarely do people live up to the hype train. This guy is like the outlier, man. He is everything he was built to be, right? He was everything built to be. He's like almost as good as Thorpe. Right? Almost, right? He's like Thorpe, Skeens, right? And then so it's like, who was large and in charge yesterday, man? Is right? It's like, but the thing is that he's still on the Pirates, right? Where Cole couldn't win, Glass now couldn't win, right? I mean, we can go through every number 1 through Major League Baseball. They've all been on the Pirates. Everyone's been Old Man Morton, right? All your guys, man. They've all been on the Pirates. So it's just a tough place to win because you're a low budget team. But this Pirates team, they have 3 great starters. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. We talked a little bit about it yesterday where it's like them, the Nationals, they have decisions to make if they're going to try and win this year. They are in position. Or do they wait till next year?
Yes, sir. Fair enough. Next slot, we got the Red Sox. Hashtag
Dirty water.
Going up against the De La Cruzes and the Cincinnati Reds. We got the White Sox and the Tigers. And we got the Mariners and the formerly Money Marlins. Big Al McMorty, you want to start this spot off, sir?
Yeah, not a huge fan of these games. Out of these, I guess I'll look at the Seattle Mariners. I mean, obviously not much to like about the Marlins this season. Yesterday they got whitewashed 9-0 by Logan Gilbert and the Mariners. Miami's now 15-27, minus 11.1 net games at home. They're 7-15, minus 5.6 net games in the interleague games. They're 12-22 in the daytime. Slightly better numbers. I mean, they're okay versus righties, but that's still not enough to get me on the Marlins. I'll take Seattle, and the other two games I don't want any part of.
What were the games besides Seattle and Marlins?
It was Red Sox Reds and White Sox Tigers.
Gotcha. For this one, I'll look at the Tigers White Sox. I'll go the under 8.5. We saw a 2-1 final, game one, 5-1 final in game two. So it's been a lower score series here. And Cannon actually pitched lights out against the Astros. He went in his last start, 8.2 innings, 0 earned runs against the Astros lineup is very impressive. On the other hand, Olsen looked really good in his last outing as well, giving up 0 runs against the Braves. So I think both these pitchers are coming in with some momentum, and also both these offenses rank in the bottom 10 and basically every offensive category. So I'll just take the under in that one.
Mitch loves him some Resos.
Not recently.
Kurt, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm looking at two games here. I'm looking at the White Sox money line, which just actually went up to plus 168 for me here. Cannon's given up 1 run in his last 18 2/3 innings. As Brad just said, 0 runs and 8 2/3 in his last start. And at the plus 168, I really like them here. And I'm also looking at the Red Sox here at the plus 136 price. Even if we win one of the two, as they said, we bet dogs. It's a bullpen game for the Red Sox. They have the 5th best bullpen ERA in the MLB. They've been one of the best road teams in the MLB, so I like them here at the plus 136 price.
Hashtag dirty water. You be singing that song? Do you know that song word for word, Kurt?
Yeah, I know it. I know it.
Fair enough. Jovan, what you like here?
Think Brad nailed it with the White Sox Tigers under. Jonathan Cannon last 2 starts have been downright dominant. Let's just call it for what it is. Before that, not so much, but against this Tigers outfit, he could put up some zeros on the board. On the other end, Reese Olsen, he can also do the same thing to the White Sox. So you gotta have to deal with the bullpen if you want to go full game with the under, but I think it's warranted. First 5, you can also do that. It's probably at 4, given that the full game is 8.5, so 4.5, 4, somewhere around there. So yeah, under for that game. First 5, full game.
Fair enough. Fair enough. For me, I've been loving that dirty water. I'm staying on them boys, man. I'm still on them. I can't get off. I've been on the Red Sox train a lot this year. And what I said for most of the season is I just don't think that they're going to be as bad as a lot of people portray them to be. And we've gotten a lot of good odds on the Red Sox all season long. And even today, in a very winnable spot, I don't think that the price is right. I like Lodolo. I kind of get why the line is where it's at with the Reds, but that still to me doesn't justify it based on how the Red Sox have played. I know it sounds crazy what I'm saying, but Red Sox plus money on the road is worth the shot, worth the play, man, especially at the plus money.
Hold on real quick. It's not that people think that the Red Sox are, that bad, but they're in the worst position that you could ever be in for an organization.
I get that.
They're supposed to be at the top, or it's supposed to be, they're supposed to have players that are worth their weight in gold. So they're in the middling spot. No, you don't want to be a mediocre team.
Correct.
There's gonna be times where they're playing like they are now, but like I said, second half of the season, August, September, late July,
They'll probably fall off.
Exactly, and that's how no Red Sox team should ever be like that.
Now, I get a historic franchise like the Red Sox. You expect them to be, just as good.
Big money spending ball club going for championships every year. They're not going for championships.
Fair.
And the fan base, we're not having it.
Fair. I get that.
It's just the bottom line. So
I get that.
yeah, I mean, they could be 500. That's what they've been the last 5 years. You look at their record, like the last 5 years, since Mookie Betts left, 500, somewhere around there. And they played a lot of games, 162 a year. Times that by 5.
But kind of don't get mad at me for this. They remind me kind of like the Chicago Bulls of the NBA, where it's like historic franchise. We're okay with being mediocre because we're going to put people in the seats because of who we are. I
wouldn't call the Chicago Bulls a historic franchise. They just had, the greatest player ever. But they, and they ran off.
They're more of a historic franchise than the Boston Red Sox. I mean, seriously, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You can't say that.
I side with Jovan here.
A century of futility. A century of futility, and whined like bitches about it the whole fucking way, man. Oh my God, we're cursed.
But the Bulls had
cried. Meanwhile, the White Sox had one as long, and you didn't hear shit about it.
The Bulls had one. The Bulls had 1 decade.
Years out of 80.
And what the Red Sox have?
The
more than 6 out of 80.
Last decade.
No, less.
Oh.
Less.
Y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying.
3 out of 200. 3 out of 150 is what they have.
What do you mean? What?
The Red Sox. 3 World Series out of 150 years. Man.
It's for this millennium. It's for this millennium.
4
and
out of
then from 1918 on through whatever, it was another 4.
4 for 150.
That's like 8.
4 out of 150.
And then like an 86-year curse. I mean, and they'll say in between. Oh well.
My bad.
I'm just sick of whining the Cubs and the Red Sox, just the two whiniest bitch-ass organizations in baseball. I mean, it is just like, oh, you're cursed, we didn't win. No, because you're suckers. Because you have a good stadium. They know they can put people in the seats regardless if they win or lose. So let's not spend any money at all, and we'll just take all the money for ourselves, man. That's exactly what they do.
Well,
both those teams.
That's ownership.
Bulls do too, and that's what I was saying. That's all I was saying. That's what the Bulls and the NBA do right now too.
That's ownership, though. I mean, the Bulls are gonna live off of Jordan forever. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, they had 1 decade of dominance. Other than that, the Bulls are also rings.
But if you're gonna have a decade, man, that's the one to have.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one to have.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, but like with the Red Sox, it is what it is. And this is a ownership group that came into the door, and for the first 18 years of their ownership, they wanted to do nothing but win championships. But now they're just an asset in their Fenway own sports group, along with the Pittsburgh Pirates and Liverpool whatever's and whatever else is in their portfolio. So they're treating the Boston Red Sox, which is the crown jewel of their their thing, their business group. They're just treating it like an asset. So hey,
what's it cost to park a car at Fenway Park these days?
I mean, I think on the cheap end you could, because every I guess parking lot or whatever, gas station, whatever, they opened up their thing, to get some money. I think on the low end you could see for about $50,
but
maybe.
But the actual parking across the street, like
the actual
on Lansdowne, like across over
it's
there.
like 70, 80 or something.
Yeah, something
$80.
like that.
Good times, man.
Fair enough.
So to take your family of 4 to a baseball game in Boston, essentially you could go to the Caribbean for the weekend.
Damn.
something like that.
I didn't know it was that bad. That's crazy.
That's horrible, man. And that's why they spend no money on players. It's like you have Mookie Betts. What are you hoping to get? Like if you're a baseball team, right, and you have Mookie Betts, what exactly are you hoping to get? You know, you're not going to do any better than that. You have a guy that everybody loves him. Everybody loves him. You trade him away. He's not only do they love him, he's great, and he's going to be great for a long time.
Two-time MVP, should have won the third in 2016.
Ridiculous, man. Because they treat their fans like they're just suckers. That's why. And that is baseball. That is baseball. That is the way baseball is, man. There's no salary cap, none of that stuff. Oh, yeah, we don't have to pay that. Oh, yes, you do. The fans always foot the bill, man. Don't even think that we don't. Don't even think that we don't, man. The fans always foot the bill. Every hat you buy, every Gatorade you buy, every ice cream you buy, you're footing the bill, man. Trust me.
Just your slot right here, Mitch. Yeah.
I'm taking the Reds against the Red Sox, man. The Reds are the second most profitable team in baseball the last month. I know the Red Sox have achieved are over expectations, over 500. And I think most Red Sox fans, non-fans, and everybody that follows baseball would not have picked the Red Sox to be over 500 and not in last place in the American League East at this time. They have accomplished an amazing amount, not because of ownership, but because of the players and the coaches. I mean, it's amazing that they've done this with what they have. But the Reds have even lower payroll, even lower budget, even lower everything else. And they're the second most profitable team in baseball on the money line. They're the third most profitable team in baseball over the last month on the run line, believe it or not. I'm going to take them on the run line here, the Reds with Nick Lodolo. I think they punish the Red Sox in this one, Pudge Fisk style. I think we go in the next one, the White Sox against the Tigers. Oh, man. I love my White Sox, but one thing I know, death, taxes, and losing to the Tigers, man. Tigers for me in this one. And the other game was which one? The Blue Jays or Red Sox, White Sox, and
Mariners.
Mariners. Oh, I'm taking the Marlins. I take them all the time. Bryce Miller is the weak link in that Mariners rotation. Once again, just a value play on Tyler. The Marlins started the season horribly and have pretty much rode it all the way home. I just think this is a long ass road trip for the Mariners, man. It is a long way from home, and they're on their way to Tampa. They already got their bags packed. They're ready to go. And I think the Marlins bats are a little bit better than people give them credit for. They're starting to come around. The Marlins, at least they know who they are as a team. They traded away a Rise. They'll probably trade a couple more players and probably loot some other people. They still have a lot of good young pitchers. Sandy will be back next year. They're going to be in good shape. But Bryce Miller is he is the weak link of that Mariners rotation. I'm gonna roll with the Marlins in that one, just based on value. And I think Kirk, I used to say that what you said. It's like, oh, all you have to do is win one of two, or like the same thing, like taking the Angels against the Dodgers. Oh, you only have to win one all weekend or whatever. It's like I used to say that. David Miller said to me, of all the things you've ever said, that's the one real square thing you've ever said. And he's like, that could be the squarest thing you've ever said. And it's like, I still believe in a lot of it, what you said, because that's how you guys see my pattern, right? It's like, I'm not even 500 this baseball season, but I don't even think I'm not all that close. I don't think I've been over 500 yet, but I'm chipping away at it. But at the same time, you can still make money even if you don't win that many games. That's for sure. I think let's hit 10 under or something. It's like that's like most people say this guy never wins, which that's a YouTube comment. I never win. It's not that I don't ever win. It's that I don't win as much as I lose. That's for sure. I'm working on it though. Second half of the season. That's when we adjust.
Next slot up, we got the Jays, the Blue Jays, and the Guardians. Tristan McKenzie. We got the O's and the Astros, and we got the Giants and the Cardinals. Brad, this one's you. You're up first.
Yep. Yeah, before Mitch, I actually met David Miller in Whole Foods this weekend. It was
Did you? How's he doing? I haven't talked to him in a while. I got to talk to him
he's doing
soon.
good. He
You know,
says he takes off baseball season. I asked him
yeah,
how
he
the
takes
pizza was.
baseball off. That's why I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, but I thought that was pretty cool. But for this slot, I'm gonna take the Guardians on the money line. I mean, this line does seem a bit trappy, but these teams are heading in different directions. Blue Jays have lost 5 straight. Guardians have won 4 straight, and all those games were by double digits as well. They also, I mean, the Guardians have the best bullpen ERA right now. They're the most profitable betting team so far this season. So give me the Blue Jay or the Guardians there. And then I'll take a shot with the Orioles. It's tough. I mean, this Astros team has looked really good as of late. The bats are hot right now, but it's hard to pass up getting this 49 and 27 Orioles team on plus money. So, I mean, Suarez, he isn't pitching really too far in these games that he's playing, but he's still serviceable. So I'll take a shot with the Orioles on the money line there.
Who recognized who in the store? Did he recognize you or you recognized him?
I recognize him. Yeah, he didn't know who I was, but I remember seeing his face. I think I saw Mitch talk to him, and I think it was Mike on a episode. I was like, that guy looks really familiar. So I said, "What's up?"
He's a good guy.
He is. Yeah,
he's a really good guy.
Fair enough. Kurt,
I'm kind of going off Brad here. I like the Orioles at the plus money. I think their bats have also been hot, and Suarez probably does a better job than the recent Orioles pitchers have done against the Astros. So I'm taking them at plus money. I'm actually going to lay the run line with the Guardians. They've scored 5+ runs in each of the last 6 games, so the hitting's there, and I think they've won 5 of those 6 by double-digit runs, or by 2+ runs, and at plus 155 is what I'm getting them at. I'm laying the run line with the Guardians here.
There you go. Jovan.
Yeah, I like the over in that game, that Baltimore Orioles, Houston Astros game. Just think it's going to be one of those affairs where you're going to get to 9 relatively easily, somewhere in the I wouldn't say somewhere in the middle innings, but by the 7th inning, you should almost get there, and then with the bullpens to come into play, you'll get over that. I also like the over in the Giants Cardinals game. It's not the starting pitchers. I think they're gonna do a pretty good job. I think it's just gonna be as you get to the middle to later innings, you're gonna see runs be produced by both teams. And with this total being at a dead 7, I like the over in that situation. You get to 4-3, next thing you know, you get a cheap run somewhere down the line, and that's that on the over. So to see the pitching matchup, it looks like it's gonna be a pitcher's duel. And even with pitchers duels, it somehow, some way these type of games go over the total. So just on the shirt for that, I'm going over.
I'm taking the Guardians. I think Kirk hit the nail right on the head. He beating the same drum I've been beating to y'all for a minute. The Guardians are an offensive team now. It just is what it is. We've known the Guardians were good at home the last couple of seasons. We know the Guardians were a solid team. The difference this season, and why they're so damn good, is they are an offensive team. They be hitting the baseball. He gave y'all the numbers on when they be winning on the run line, how they be winning on the run line. No need to run from it. Keep attacking it. Give me the Guardians. I trust Tristan McKenzie, Kikuchi. I'm just not. I sold my stock on the Blue Jays. I already told y'all about this. They're done. Stick a fork in them. I'm selling my Blue Jays stock this season. It's over with. And I'm buying Guardian stock. I'm steady buying it. And especially on that plus money run line, man. It's hard to pass up. I hate to say these words, but I told y'all yesterday, I'm buying Astros stock, man. I hate them personally. But right now, in terms of money making, they're going to be in the picture when it comes late season. We all know this. It's the Astros. They're going to be in the picture. Are they the baddest team in town like they used to be a couple seasons ago? No. But are they still going to hang around, be there in the end? Yes. They're showing just how good they are with how competitive they've been against the O's. in this series. This is the same reason why I'm not going to trust the O's later on in the season. That's why I don't trust Baltimore. I don't think they're as good as advertised. Regular season team, cool. Postseason team, they got to show me. Houston, they've showed me in the postseason before. They're going to be there in the end. Hopefully, my Rangers continue to stay hot because it's going to take them to stay hot. Give me Houston. I'm going to lay a run line, too, because that's where the price at. And that's how they've been playing offensively recently, winning their last 4 games, all on that run line, 4-1, 5-3, 14-11, 5-1. Got to attack your spots to get you a good plus price, man. And sometimes you got to lay a run and a half to do it, especially with teams that are playing well. So give me the Houston in that one. Yeah. And I don't really love that Giants-Cardinals, to be honest. Logan Webb and Sonny Gray. Give me a lean towards the under. I know it's probably a square under, probably the squares under on the board, but I wouldn't be surprised that all both guys pitched well, and this was just a low-scoring affair. Mitch?
Yeah, I'm on the Astros as well against the Orioles. I've been on them all series, and the Astros, the Rangers, and the Giants are my 3 teams for the second half. I've already pretty much have said that all the time, and the Padres, who are starting to turn it on as well. These are the teams that were the most banged up and managed to hang out in the middle of the pack. And we're going to start to see as they get healthy, as they add more guys to the rotation, as they add more guys to the lineup, they're only going to get better. I mean, we'll get to the Rangers in a little bit. Jay and I are going to Joel Rubicon on Costi and Ruffalo in the fall. Al McMorty would have loved that bet. He would have liked to have been there on that day. I know for sure. We're going to Rubicons. JR. Fine dining, and the good one. And, I just think that, the Astros, I said this earlier this season, man, if you don't slam the door shut on them when you have the chance, they will come back and make you pay. And that's exactly what they're doing. I think the Orioles are a great team. And I think as in baseball, all the great teams, all the bad teams, they go through streaks, and the Orioles just in a bad spot here in Houston, and they just got to get out of town. And Suarez isn't the guy to put on the Superman cape and bail them out here against these Astros, who are the best hitting team in baseball right now. When we look at these other games in this slot, the Guardians and the Blue Jays, to me, Jay said, well, they're hitting the baseball. Everyone wants to hit the baseball. Every player, everyone wants to be up all the time. I heard an interview with, I've heard interviews with players, and they all say, well, if I was up, it would have been different or whatever. And it's like how to end extra innings faster. They say instead of putting the guy on second base, let the manager pick which 3 guys he wants to put up. As the first 3 batters of the thing. He goes, it'll be over in a hurry. And I agree with them. It was Gary Sheffield that said that. He said, yeah, just let us pick which batters are going to be up in extra innings, the order, redo the order. He goes, the game will be over in 5 minutes. He's like, it'll be over very, very fast. And I think, but at the end of the day, the Guardians are hitting the baseball. They're seeing it really well. You have to watch out, though. This is a team that rests players too, man. So they don't have a lot of depth on that side. Tristan McKenzie has given up the most home runs, man, of anybody. And I think how many home runs were there yesterday in that game in Toronto, Cleveland? I was watching. There was a home run every single inning. There had to have been at least 6 or 7 home runs in that game yesterday in Toronto, Cleveland. So the ball is just flying out of Progressive Park in this heat. And with McKenzie, the way that he gives up these home runs, I got to just say it this way. It's a fade of the Blue Jays. It's not really a play on the Guardians in this one. The Blue Jays, like I've said all along, man, when they got those offers for those guys, they should have taken them, because I think the price is only going to drop with the desperation to get rid of it. I think they should get rid of Bassett. I think they should get rid of Barrios. I think they should get rid of Vladdy Jr. I think they should get rid of anything that's not tied down that they can get any kind of value for. Play for another day, because you ain't going to win the American League East with what you got. It isn't going to happen. You're not even going to be competitive. In fact, you're embarrassed. You're in last place. You're the only team with a losing record in the whole division, is what you are. But anyways, I guess the Rays also have a losing record, but they're playing much better baseball than them. Aside from that, I like the Guardians in that one. Even with McKenzie, if the Guardians are going to get there, it's got to be an over. So same game parlay, because I don't know what's wrong with Tristan McKenzie, but I just say this much, man. It's you want to bring a glove to the park for this one. Also in that heat out there, you want to dress appropriately, but I've seen some people get a little carried away with it, man. You want to
from McKenzie today, man, because I hate on my boy.
We're not hating on him. I'm just reading the numbers, man.
I'm not necessarily I'm talking about everybody in the comments.
Oh, he's been getting bombed.
He has been getting bombed, but today.
Anyways, Giants-Cardinals. I always take the Giants, but today I am going to take the Cardinals in this one.
Whoa. What are you?
Yeah. I like the way the Cardinals are playing. I like the way they're hitting the baseball. And I think I like I'm tell you what, I'll take the Cardinals again tomorrow against the Atlanta Braves, even with Lance Lynn pitching. That's how much I like the way the Cardinals are playing. The Cardinals seem to really always play well in the really hot weather. I don't know why it is, man. They just always seem to do it. Weird thing, but I know there's no relevance.
Fair enough. Next slot up, fellas. Got 5 games left.
I haven't done this yet.
Sorry, Big Al. Go ahead.
It's no big deal. I'm going to roll with Baltimore. I mean, obviously, they've been the most consistent team in baseball over the last couple of years. They're the one team that doesn't go on long losing streaks. Currently,
they did in the playoffs last year, though.
They did in the playoffs last year, and that didn't surprise me. But this is, you're using the exception to prove the rule there.
I just like to throw that in case Costa.
No, I know. I mean, I got annoyed when people talked about their 106 series, record of not getting swept when they got swept in the postseason last year. It's so idiotic to ignore the postseason. But in any event, they're consistent whether they got swept in the postseason or not. 23-8 off back-to-back losses.
Yeah, who swept them? Who swept them last year?
Oh, that team from Texas, dude.
I'm getting the Eric Pathy texts.
Anyway, I'll take Baltimore as an underdog, and Toronto's horrible in competitively priced games. They just don't step up. 6-15 when the line's minus 125 to plus 125. I'll go against Toronto. I'll take Cleveland.
All righty. Next slot up, man. You might as well call this the J slot, man. It's all my teams all lined up. You already know what I'm doing, but it ain't my slot. It's Kirk's slot to go first. Kirk, we got the Rangers and the Royals, the Rockies and the Nationals, and the A's and the Twins. What you like here?
I like the over and the Nationals run line as my 2 plays in this slot. I mean, the over at Coors Field right now is 10.5. I think this is the lowest it's been in its last 5-6 games. And I mean, a lot of games have gone over there lately. And I just trust Irvin in this spot. Plus 118 is what I'm getting the Nationals here on the run line. I like betting the Rockies when they're plus 150, 160, but I don't think this is a good spot for them with Freeland on the mound. So I'm taking the Nationals run line, kind of leaning away from the Royals Rangers. Twins A's, the run line's minus 105 for the Twins. So I don't really want to hop on that, as that's not a good bet. Yeah, so I'd just stick to the Nationals Rockies in this one.
There we go. Javon, what you looking at? What you liking in this slot?
Yeah, I like the over in the Royals Texas Rangers game. Alec Marsh, he hasn't been that good. Let's just say that.
Great ass.
He's good to give up several runs, per start. And I think that's gonna happen in this one. On the other end, we got Max Scherzer, up. His career really. I look at Scherzer and I look at a player that's held on for a little bit too long, but he's back. That's just the state of pitching in the majors is right now. A guy like this, decades ago would have been out of the league. But anyway, I expect him. I actually don't think he'll go that deep into this ball game. I think he'll be on a pitch count. So whether he gives it up or not, I think the Rangers as a pitching staff, they're going to give it up also. So it's only one way to go in this one, which is the over. I think Texas does pull it out, regardless of how this game goes as far as, runs scored. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and I look for them to keep it rolling. So give me the Texas Rangers also. I also see runs in the Nationals Rockies game. You got Kyle Freeland, hasn't pitched since April, and when he was pitching, he was absolutely horrible. There was was it this year that he gave up 10 runs? I'm not too sure, but I don't think so. I think that might have been last year. But he's good to give up at least several runs. And on the other side, Jake Irvin, he does pitch good sometimes, but he's also
That
susceptible
was
to
this
give
season, Jovan.
it up. No, that was this season.
This season.
Okay. First start of the years, maybe.
Came up 10
Yeah.
2 innings to the Diamondbacks.
Right. So yeah, I think this is just one of those games where, you look at it, the over's been cashing, over in Coors Field. So, just got to keep on rolling with it. Is really, what I'm saying here. Yesterday I did like it for the under, and it didn't pan out at all. So, just keep on rolling with these overs at Coors Stadium or Coors Field around this time, and you're gonna cash. So like the over there. And the Minnesota Twins, I don't like Pablo Lopez. I like fading them, but and I wanted to pull the trigger on the Oakland Athletics, but just can't do it. Not with Hogan's Heroes on the mound. He's good to give it up also. So I think that, given that he's a lefty, the Twins pound lefties, I think they're gonna get a substantial amount of runs and get a run line win, like they did yesterday. So give me the Minnesota Twins on the run line.
Fair enough, Jovan. Fair enough. Everybody knows the one team I be hating on the most in baseball is the Twins. It's just something about them. I just love fading their ass, and I'm back doing it today, fading them out of spite alone. But the A's are also kind of, my guy JP did get lit up yesterday. I got to come on and say that. JP, come on, JP, man. Where's Blackburn when you need him? Where is Paul? Damn, need Blackburn back, man. But I'm still attacking the plus money with the A's today. I don't trust the Twins at all, the 50-50 Twins. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, bro. We're going to be profitable for the full season, strictly targeting the Twins. The A's, they are one of the worst teams in baseball, but I think they'll be all right today behind Hogan Harris. We'll see. I'm not rushing to the window for the A's today, but I love fading the Twins. What I am doing, though, is taking the Rockies at home. And I like the over. They heard my argument, my spiel from yesterday. Bro, you can't be as competitive as you have been at home the last 3 months and then come out and lose the one series to the damn Nationals. It just don't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. This is the same Rockies team that swept the Rangers in Coors. It's the same Rockies team that beat the Phillies for the series in Coors. The same Rockies team that beat the Guardians in the series in Coors. This is that same Rockies team. They tied the series up yesterday. I expect them to close it out today. Is Kyle Freeland ass? Most definitely. But do I think that the Rockies can still get to Jake Irvin? I do. And the Nationals bullpen like they did last night? Most definitely. The Rockies is just something about them at home, at the crib. They're a different team, monster, animal. I'm taking them at home today. Look, Mad Max. Hey, the real Mad Max. He back today. I agree with a lot of what Jovan said about this game, though. Would I be surprised if Max in his first game got kind of touched up a bit? I wouldn't be surprised at all. To be honest, I wasn't taking the Rangers in this spot based off Mad Max. I'm taking the Rangers in this game laying the run line based off how the vibes around this team. You're starting to see this team kind of return to what they are. B, just look at their last 15, 20 games. I think every win is on the run line. And Alec Marsh, he's ass. He's straight ass. Matter of fact, you're just starting to see the vibes in Texas start to pick it up, man. And just like the Astros. This is the Rangers are going to make the postseason this year. Me and Mitch are going to be eating good off Costa and Ruffalo. These are the spots where you got to attack your plus money, man, and expect an offensive team like Texas to keep it rolling. These are kind of the spots and the ruts they were in last year where they got really hot offensively, and we picked up a lot of plus money laying the run lines. I think today's another good spot to cash one of those, fading Alec Marsh and specifically targeting the Rangers offense. Mitch.
Scherzer got crushed in his rehab starts, man. He's going to get bombed here by the Royals, who are in straight regression mode. I'm going to go with the over with Jovan in that one. Scherzer looked terrible in those starts. He did have a lot of strikeouts, but man, did he get hit at Round Rock. And I expect him to get hit pretty hard in this one. I think, I agree with everything Jovan said about him too, that he is hanging on for the money and for nothing else at this point. He makes 40-something million a year, so he's certainly not going to walk away from that. But man, he is a shell of the pitcher he was 15 years ago. And basically he's just an overpaid Martin Perez at this point. I like the guys that the Rangers are going to be. I like the guys that the Rangers are going to be adding back to this team. I like the Carter and Young and DeGrom and those type of guys are going to help him get across the finish line and help me. Well, of course, don't skimp on the pate over at Rubicon, right? But the thing is that I just don't see it with Scherzer. I didn't feel it last year. This guy just makes a lot more mistakes than he used to. And the Royals, they certainly don't have the bullpen to stay in a Major League Baseball pennant race or any kind of race whatsoever. But, they have the bats to be competitive in this game. And I think that it's going to be an over for sure. The other games are, overpaid Martin Perez. You got that right.
No, I'm letting it go. I'm not even.
The Rockies-Nationals, unless the Rockies are going to win on another bases loaded pitch clock violation. I don't see that happening again. I'll tell you what's going to happen is the Nationals are going to be mad. They're going to be mad. And the first team to ever lose on a pitch clock violation. Washington Nationals. And this is like with all the great rule changes that they've had, with everything they've had, here's the one glitch, here is the one glitch.
So what do you do to fix that issue?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what you do to fix it, but it's like, fair. That is the one glitch.
Fair.
Maybe cut a finger off instead. Maybe if that's the situation, you call the pitcher over, you point like which one, that one. I'm not really sure, but you don't give them, the win. But then again, it's not anything that's beyond baseball to have a ludicrous, things like that, because baseball, I think of all the sports that have the overturned calls on the replays, I think baseball has the most, which means for 100 years, they've blown calls left and right, throughout the history of baseball. So, I think this is just par for the course for them. I think in the A's Twins, man, this is another tough one. I'm going to roll with the A's in this one. I don't know, man. The Twins are winning. They're putting wins together. They're hitting the cover off the ball too. But I know the A's, they're just warming up the bats. They got Griffin Canning on tap tomorrow. So I know they're going to be looking ahead a little bit to that. But I think I like the A's in that one. Why not?
Yeah. Hey, I love the replay in baseball because their mistakes throughout their history have been blatant and shameless.
Oh yeah, and self-righteous. The self-righteousness, man, to the whole thing is football does the same thing. Self-righteousness of football. The thing is, in baseball has the non-reviewable plays, but it doesn't allow for as bad of calls as football does. Like football, it's like the worst calls are still not reviewable. But in baseball, basically a check swing, which not even in the rule book, is not reviewable. But most other things are. Yeah, baseball, it's like, they're always just like, what do you expect from a sport that, leaves it to the writers to who goes into the Hall of Fame and who doesn't? Like Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Alex Rodriguez, Pete Rose. Almost the non-Hall of Fame all-time team is better than the Hall of Fame all-time team, man. It's like we're getting to that point.
Big Al McMorty, talk to me.
What are we talking about?
Rangers, Royals, Rockies, Nationals, A's, Twins.
I haven't talked about these already. Sorry. I mean, I guess I'm going to look at the Kansas City, Texas game. I mean, the wheels are starting to come off Kansas City. Hopefully Ron Romanelli's okay. 3-10 their last 13 games. I'm not sure what we're going to see from Max Scherzer today.
Mad Max.
But, he's a veteran pitcher. I don't think he's going to go out there unless he's fully ready. And, obviously Texas, they'll have some bullpen innings today. They've been really good at home this year. The bullpen 2.95 ERA and a 1.10 whip in Arlington. So much better home than on the road. So I'll take Texas, even though it's Scherzer's first start. And that's it for this.
Brett.
Yeah, second one. Yeah, I kind of want to take the Rangers here, but before I jump on the Scherzer train, I got to see at least one start. So I think I'm taking the Rangers team total here is a better play, just fading Marsh. Like everyone said, man, Alec Marsh is awful. He gave up seven runs in 3 innings to the A's for the last start. And, it looks like the Rangers bats are starting to find their groove finally, dropping 5 or more runs in their last 4 games. So give me the Rangers team total over 4.5 there. Next, I'll take the over in the Rockies-National games as well as the Nationals. Freeland's a fade for me. I wouldn't be surprised if you look at this score in the third inning and the Nats have like 5 runs. I've been really enjoying watching CJ Abrams too. He's on fire right now. He's gotten 3 hits in both his games of the series. So he's leading off. I expect him to have another good game. So yeah, I see a bunch of runs there, and I'll fade Freeland. Give me the Nats on the run line.
Give me a Wyatt Langford home run. My young kid hit a grand slam yesterday. Hit his first home run out the park. What was that, 2 days ago? We saw him lead spring training in home runs. My young rook finally starting to heat up. Give me for another home run today. Kurt.
I'll throw a little sprinkle on that. We'll see.
I started this slot, so.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Righty. Last slot of the day, then, fellas. Just 2 games. We got the Padres and the Brewers and the Mets. Vaughn.
Yeah, I'm part committed with the Padres. Based on my comments the last couple of days, that I think they're gonna go on a run. So, I'm on Padres just on the strength. I will say that Tabaris Myers has been pitching well, so I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but Michael King, he should be able to, make his way through the start relatively unscathed. So I'm on the Padres, and that when I'm in the under, I'll take the under as well. And I'm on the Mets. Didn't work out yesterday, but they're still, hot with their bats and going up against Javier Assad. It's a even though he has pitched well overall, it's a recipe for them to, get back on the winning column. So
I'm going to take the Mets today, too. I felt like yesterday the Mets was way too public. I tried to tell y'all that yesterday. I just had that gut feeling. Nah, not today with the Mets. Today seemed like a Cubs-style spot, but I think the Mets do come out of here with the dub today. I'm not too big on it, and I don't have anything just too indefinite about it. So the Mets are the better team. They are playing the better baseball. I just thought that the spot set up for the Cubs yesterday. Well, give me the Mets to get back onto the right path, get back to winning. And give me the Padres, too. It's crazy. They finna 4-game sweep the Brew Crew. Is that finna happen? Nah, it ain't finna happen. That should not happen. Give me the Brewers. Take that back. It ain't happening, man. I'm sorry. It sounds good. It sounds good. It sounds really good, but it's the Padres. And when they the Padres, who do they remind me of in the NBA? The Padres kind of remind me I don't know. It'll come to me in a minute.
Clippers.
It may be. You know what I mean?
Spot on. I agree with that.
Hey, when it's going a little too good, man, I don't know. I just want to go the other way. nothing heavy on these last two games. I like a lot of what we already talked about today, but I wouldn't be surprised the Padres swept them, but expecting the Padres to sweep the Brewers don't even sound right. So on that alone, I'm gonna take the Brewers. Sorry. Mitch.
Taking the under in the Padres Brewers. I like the Padres this season, and I'm telling you, they're missing a couple pitchers here. They're going to make a trade. These guys always trade, and look out, man, because they are one of the top 2 hitting teams in baseball when it comes to batting average. And like a lot of these other teams, the top half of the rotation coming through, the bottom half of the rotation not coming through. So it's like, man, they add a pitcher here or there in this lineup. With a Rise settling in there at the top of it, setting the table for these big bats that they have across the board. I mean, look at this lineup, man. Rise, Bogarts, Tatis, Manny. I mean, it goes on and on. I mean, these guys are stacked. And
kind of fits, too. It kind of fit a little bit, too.
Yeah. Joe Musgrove been out, for them. And it's like they had a couple other pitchers, they add one more arm. They're going to be tough. And in the National League, that wild card race, man, is wide open right now. But the Brewers haven't won a road game against a National League team 6 tries now. Myers has pitched well, but he's just another rookie, in there against his Padres lineup. So I'm just going to have to go with maybe Padres and under. And then the other one, Mets, Cubs. Yeah. I might take the Cubs. I'm taking the Mets. I might have a sickness there. We'll dedicate that pick. Goes out to our injured franchise player, Chris Ruffalo, who was injured on Friday's show. We wish you get well, Chris. Get well soon. Hopefully you got our spiral sliced ham that we sent you. Of course, those of you that missed the show, Ruffalo was injured doing his Craig Kimbrell impersonation. He stretched the right arm out just slightly too far to the right, and he heard something pop in the shoulder. So yeah, it was a freakish injury, but it did happen. Al, have you ever seen anyone injured doing the Craig Kimbrell impersonation?
No, but when Craig Kimbrell comes on the television, I turn it off because I can't stand watching him do his crap. Yeah,
Ruffalo was he had the arm out, he's doing it. Like all of a sudden he's like, something popped.
That's horrible.
Just like in this spot, Big Al, last 2 games.
I do like the Clippers analogy for San Diego. I had them a couple of years ago for my futures, and that's, I think, the last time I would want to ever bet on that team. They've consistently burned money as a home favorite. They're 95-76, but minus 27.0 net games on the money line. Milwaukee solid as a road underdog, 40-35 plus 16.7 net games. I'll take the Brewers, in the plus 110 range here. Are we talking about the Cubs Mets?
Yes, sir.
I like the home road splits for Assad and the Cubs. Assad's numbers, really good at home, 1.69 ERA and a 1.25 WHIP. The Cubs bullpen has also been better at home with a 3.43 ERA and a 1.23 WHIP. So in a pick'em game, I'll take the Cubs.
Brett.
Yeah, I mean, both these games are tough to pick. I mean, that Mets-Cubs game, I kind of lean the Mets. They're in better form right now. But if you're looking to bet that one, I would just flip a coin and let destiny decide. On the other hand, Milwaukee, San Diego, both these pitchers are playing pretty well right now. I think this pitching match is pretty even. I just don't see the Brewers getting swept. I've liked how they played this season. So I think it's going to be a close competitive game. But I'll lean with the Brewers as well. It's a tough time slot, though. I believe both those games are pretty 50-50 there.
The one thing I will say quickly is one thing that I've loved betting this season is the home team on Sunday Night Baseball. So I'm going against that today. I'm taking the Mets. But I've been backing the home team on Sunday Night Baseball a lot. It's just it's a weird little home field advantage thing. It's a weird little thing.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a thing. I'd be curious if there's a record on that, see what the actual split is, but I've heard some other people on that as well.
Kurt, close us out.
Yeah, I'm only on one game here. I'm on the Mets Cubs over 8.5. I mean, first game was 11-1. The over under yesterday was 12. It ended 8-1. And Severino has a 4.86 road ERA this season. He hasn't been good on the road. 5 of his last 6 starts, the game total has hit 9+ runs. Assad and Severino have both been worse in night games this season. For a team like the Mets that scores about 5.7 runs on the road per game, which is the most in the MLB, 71% of their away games hit the over. For a lower total, the lowest total in this series, I got to go over 8.5 in this one.
Fair enough. Money Man Mitch, what you selling today?
I got a 3-pack for baseball, and I got a solo top play. Once again, I'll say it a million times. If you're looking for the popular teams or whatever, probably should buy somebody else's package. If you're looking for big favorites or anything like that, or, probably the teams you're rooting for, your favorite teams. We got a lot of other guys that sell picks, so it might be better off with someone else's. But if you're looking to grind it out for the season, Major League Baseball, and squeeze out profits on pretty much weekly basis, I might be your guy. But if you plan on winning, a lot, well, that doesn't happen either. Even though we're profitable, we don't win a lot of games. I don't know what am I 8 or 10 games under 500 or something in baseball this season. So whatever. The leaderboard's on the site. You can see my whole record.
There you go. Hop on with Money Man Mitch. Make you some money over at Pick Dogs Premium. Big Al, what you selling today?
I've got 6 plays. I've got a triple pack in women's basketball. I've got sign and total winners in Canadian football. I've got 1 baseball, and then I've got my NHL total of the year in tomorrow's Game 7.
There you go. Hop on with Big Al McMorty. Jump on something long term, or however you want to do it. You can do it over at Pick Dogs Premium. Brad, talk to me. What you selling?
Yep, I got a 3-pack on the side. Loving today's WNBA slate. I got 2 plays in WNBA, and then I got my best MLB play. So go check that out.
Hop on with Brad over at Pick Dogs Premium. Kurt, what you selling today?
Yeah, I got kind of a unique package today. I got my best Euro play, I got my best MLB play, and I got my best WNBA play in a package. Also got some one-off WNBA plays, NBA plays, and Euro plays. So got a lot going on today.
Go. Jovan, what you selling today, my man?
I got a 5-pack up on the board right now. Nothing singular. I'll put up something singular in a minute. But I might add on a WNBA play, after the show. But yeah, that's it right now. Just a 5-pack. Yesterday I went 4-1. Been doing well in the MLB as of late, so looking to keep it going.
Hop on with Jovan over at Pick Dogs Premium and make you some money. For me today, I got my $19 MLB play of the day. I did drop it yesterday, unfortunately, but we've hit 4 of our last 5. It's pretty much plus money every single day. So if you're looking for a play pretty much on the daily, that's going to give you a really, 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 really good chance at getting a plus money price. Hop on that. My Major League Baseball play of the day is $19, or hop on something long term, looking for value in baseball all summer long, and finna start really, really, really deep diving this WNBA. Before we get out of here, there is a nice little WNBA card. It's 4 games. If you got any thoughts on it, you could touch on it quickly before we get to parlays. We got the Liberty and the Dream, the Wings and the Mystic, the Sun and the Storm, and the Fever and the Sky. Brad, I'll start with you, my man. Anything in these 4 games that you want to touch on?
Yeah, I'm looking at the under in the Sun-Seattle game. I mean, when we see totals this low in the WNBA, I typically like to go with the under. If it's anything under 160, I'm always looking at that under. And, I mean, Connecticut, they've allowed the fewest points to opposition all season long. Seattle, I believe, is the 4th fewest opposition or points to opposition. So I expect that to be a scrappy, low-scoring game.
There you go. Kurt, you got some WNBA action for me today?
Yeah, I like the Sky against the Fever in this one today. I think the Fever, they're coming off a homestand where they won 3 in a row, but they just don't have the size to compete with Angel Reese. And I think, who's the other Sky big man? Whatever. They don't have the size to compete. Yeah, I think, they don't have the size to compete with them. and they lost a close one last time out against the Fever. I think the Sky get this one at home at plus money.
Jovan, anything for you today, sir?
You know what? I'm on the other end of that. I'm on the Fever. I think it's just a situation where the Fever, they have a better backcourt. Caitlin Clark, she's coming into her own in this league. You know, she's kind of on fire right now. And you watch those first two games, you know, they don't have a go-to player on their squad where they, you know, if they need a bucket, they're gonna get a bucket. As opposed to the Fever, where they have two players where if you give them the ball, they're gonna, you know, do some damage. So that's really the long and the short of it. So I'm on the Fever to keep things going against the Sky, you know, be 3-0 against the Sky this season. So that's a money line play. So you get a little bit of plus money.
Everybody knows Caitlin Clark, my girl, man. I love how the Fever playing right now, but I gotta go with the Sky. I do. I'm taking the Sky because it's similar to one of my spots in the NBA, the double revenge spot at home at the crib. It just gotta be.
Doesn't work in WNBA at all.
You don't think so? It ain't gonna translate.
It does. No, one of the things, I mean, I built a WNBA database, and one of the things that I learned.
I'm still learning. That's what in WNBA.
It's an upside down league. It's none of the things that work in the NBA will work in the WNBA. It's completely different. At least it has been over the last 20-some years. But it's you can't handicap it the same as you do the NBA.
Fair enough, man. I love that double revenge spot at home.
Yeah, you'll go broke.
Fair enough. That's why I love being on the show with some of the experts, man.
Oh God.
Let me know. All right. I might gotta stick with my girl then. If I was really leaning on the spot, that's really what it was. I was leaning on that spot. I love playing and attacking that spot in the NBA. Still trying to build it for the WNBA. Outside of that, I think what Jovan said is true. You know, the Fever did look like the better team in both the first two meetings. They do have the better backcourt. So without the extra-ness there for the Sky, I don't know if they'll get it done. So tough game. Mystics, they did just beat up on my Wings. That is what happened. And I think they'll probably do it again. So give me the Mystics. The Wings are just ass. That's one thing I have noticed. They're terrible. So I can't touch my Wings today. Mitch, any WNBA for you?
Nope, but I checked my baseball numbers. I'm actually only 4 games under 500. It must be on a heater. A flashy 49.5% this Major League Baseball season. Just lighten it up.
There you go. Big Al McMorty. Any WNBA for you, sir?
I'm going to look at the Sky Fever game as well. I'm going to look at the total, though. The Fever have played now 7 overs in a row, 13-4 over for the season. The line, though, is now getting, padded or whatever. It's gone from 169 to as high as 171.5. I just think it's too high, so I'm going to take the under in the Indiana-Chicago game. Yeah, and I've got 3 games for sale. They're all side selections. So that's it.
Fair enough, fellas. Well, that brings us to parlay time, man. Parlay. Mitch, what you got for me today, man? Let's get some money today, man.
I'm gonna take the Mets.
You sick fuck.
Yeah, sick fuck. Take the Mets, the Marlins, and the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I gotta get that Diamondbacks in. It's gonna start in like 15. Big Al McMorty, you got a parlay for me today, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with the under in the Fever and Sky and the Baltimore Orioles.
Brett, talk to me.
Yep, 2 totals here. Nationals, Rockies over, and then White Sox, Detroit under.
Kurt, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm going with the Red Sox and the White Sox today.
Double Sox.
Pair of socks.
There we go. Jovan, talk to me.
I got a 4-teamer. Giants-Cardinals over. Royals-Rangers over. Orioles-Astros over. Nationals-Rockies over.
I like that. I don't know about the Nationals Rockies, but I like the other three for sure.
I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna give y'all the first 5. Parlay. We're gonna go with the White Sox. I bet White Sox first 5 almost every day. We're gonna take them. We're gonna take the Pirates. We're specifically targeting Paul Skeens. Pirates, and then y'all was beating up on my guy today. Tune in. He's throwing it. Give me Tristan McKenzie.
Martin Perez. I thought it was Scherzer.
I could throw Mad Max in there too.
I thought you were doing it. I thought you were.
We can go 14 and throw Mad Max Scherzer in there too. Rangers first 5. There we go.
Martin Perez.
First 5, 14. And let's see how it go. It's gonna be my first one. First 5 parlay. So we'll see how it go. Money making Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Anything else from any of you boys? Kirk, I know there's some Euro today. You want to throw me out a quick little Euro or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll throw you a Euro. I'm looking at the Hungary money line against Scotland plus 150. They're the better team on paper. Scotland had 0 shots on target, 0 shots general against Germany. And both these teams need a win. I think Hungary has the talent. This game's not going to end in a draw. So I'm going with Hungary here. They have the better side. They have Szoboszlai, who's the best player out on the pitch in this one. So give me Hungary on the money line in that one.
There you go. Some Euro for y'all boys.
Hey, I'm gonna put in the extra parlay because I didn't do a video short. Last week it worked out well because both of them hit. So hopefully this one hits as well. Rangers, Twins, Padres.
3-teamer from Jovan, an extra one. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Buy some merch. Make sure you check out the merch over at Pig Dogs, man. A lot of great gear we see us all wearing. Jovan got a hoodie on right now. Mitch got a shirt on. Kirk got a hat on. Yeah, man. Scoop up the merch. We all wear it. It's really comfortable. We love it. Scoop it up. Can look like us.
That's not such a good thing. You're trying to sell it, not.
Money making Sunday, man. We appreciate all y'all for joining us. You can catch all our content throughout the week, man. We're out here. Peace.